of torrential rains eventually drained, leaving empty caves behind. As dripping water continued to deposit minerals, the beautiful formations we see in Fantastic Caverns today were created. Take a trip back in time with a ride through Fantastic Caverns, just minutes north of Springfield, Missouri.
Albert?
Come on in.
Cappuccino.
Amaretto cappuccino from Maxwell House.
Weather. Every day it moves and changes. There's something happening somewhere, and we bring you all of it in WeatherScope, the day's top weather stories, with live on-the-scene reports during major breaking events, up-to-the-minute forecast for the nation and specific regions, and fascinating insight that lets you understand exactly what's happening and why. WeatherScope. It's all the weather you want, every 30 minutes on the hour and half hour on the Weather Channel.
This edition of WeatherScope is sponsored by Sea-Doo Watercraft. Sea-Doo, the best-selling boat in the world. Everybody's doing it. Sea-Doo.
WeatherScope.
Top of the morning, everyone. It's half past the hour, Monday morning, March 31st, the last day of the month, 1997. I'm Bruce Edwards here with Vivian Brown.
Good morning.
And the old cliche is that March comes in like a lion, roaring, nasty weather, and out like a lamb, rather meek and sedate spring weather. Not this year. Not in the Northeast and not in the West. It's going to be very, very stormy. And this is going to be the strongest storm we've seen in the Northeast in quite some time.
That's right. And not only that, but we already have reports of wind advisories in effect for many areas over the Northeast.
Yeah, wind advisories, winter storm watches and warnings out already for today and tonight across the region into Tuesday. It's going to be a real nasty one with the rain, the snow, and the wind. All the elements are going to come together to really wreak havoc on the region.
That's right, and this is no April Fool's joke. Let's show it to you as we show you. Well, we'll begin with our satellite picture because the storm is really developing right now. It's starting to intensify as it develops off the New England coast, and we think that throughout the afternoon it's going to get stronger and stronger, and as a result provide some very, very blustery conditions over the Northeast today. Even blizzard-like conditions at times, believe it or not, as Bruce mentioned, with winter storm watches and winter storm warnings in effect for many areas. What a messy day today developing over New England now. We'll find rain particularly along the immediate coast, say some of the big cities, Boston, New York, down towards Philadelphia. Rain and snow in our nation's capital. But the big story too will be the extremely windy conditions expected as this area of low pressure intensifies and develops off the New England coast. It's a nor'easter on this last day of March. Again, we are going out like a lion instead of going out like a lamb, as the old cliche says. You can see the southeast starting to clear out, though, as yesterday we had reports of hail and high winds over parts of Mississippi and Florida, Alabama, Georgia. And this morning we have pretty much some scattered showers in the extreme southern parts of Texas. You can see the clouds still lingering here, but we are looking much, much better over the rest of the southeast as our cold front certainly will push through and provide a much more stable air mass as high pressure builds in the wake of the front. It will still be a little windy today, though, over parts of the southeast and the southern Atlantic coast. Out west we have the widespread shield of clouds, but rightfully so. We've had rain showers scattered about here and there, and snow will be found in the higher terrain, certainly the Bitterroots, Montana, and Idaho. And as we go through the next couple of days, some of that snow will start to push into the Tetons of Wyoming and even the Wasatch Front of Utah. Radar being overlaid now of the satellite picture, and you can see the precipitation out west in southern Texas, but notice here the mid-Atlantic and the New England coast, and that's where the rain is more concentrated, certainly heavier in parts of this area. As we have our low pressure developing, you can see just off the Chesapeake Bay area, the Delmarva Peninsula, we have rain generally along the coast now, but if you go inland, western New York, that's where you will find the snow. It is snowing right now, Messina, Plattsburgh. In upstate New York, it has changed over to snow around Watertown and the Niagara frontier. Pittsburgh, snow today. Had some snow in northeastern Ohio near Cleveland. But again, this will be our targeted story today as low pressure intensifies off the mid-Atlantic and then moves north and skirts right along the New England coast. Now this morning, again, it is generally rain right in this vicinity, but west of my hand, and it's starting to change over to snow, a mixture of rain and snow around Syracuse and Elmira and Utica here, but snow being reported near the Niagara frontier and back over towards Pittsburgh, northeastern Ohio. But notice the shield of moderately heavy rain from Teterboro, New Jersey, down to Atlantic City. It is raining this morning on the LIE, LaGuardia, JFK reporting wet weather, and this extends all the way down to Richmond, Virginia, Norfolk reporting rain. And keep in mind it's going to be very, very windy in this area too, with those wind advisories in effect for many areas. Skirting southward along the North Carolina coast here, the Outer Banks, we have rain, and it's going to be windy for the interior regions of North Carolina today. Actually, windy conditions expected in the forecast as far south as Atlanta, where you will find sunshine, windy, and much cooler today. We're forecasting a high of only about 62 degrees. Again, you pick up the scattered showers here in southern Texas, near Laredo and Corpus Christi, and throughout the day, perhaps just lingering over the extreme southern part of the state as high pressure builds in over the rest of the southeast. Not too bad of a day, actually. Minneapolis, Chicago today. It may be a little windy, but at least you don't have to deal with snow or rain. You will find a fair amount of sunshine in both areas. Also Kansas City, Omaha, back over to Denver. We're forecasting a high today, Denver, about 71 degrees, but showers for the west coast today. So here's the big picture, the way it stands right now. Again, our top story is the nor'easter developing. And with more details on your forecast, here's Bruce.
Okay, we got it for you. Let's check it out. Here it is, your Monday forecast. And as Vivian mentioned, no April Fool's joke. This is ugly here as this low will continue to deepen and spin and swirl. And that means the wind will continue to grow and get angrier. The rains will continue to pelt down, and then the snows will be working their way towards the coast. The tighter this low gets wound up, and the more it draws in that cold air, and we'll see the rain changing over to snow. So this will be the big story today. We'll see a low in the west. That'll also create problems as far as snow and thunderstorms, but nothing like the northeast. You're going to see the snowfall, the rainfall heavy in both counts, the wind even heavier still. So once again, batten down the hatches here the best you can. Secure any loose objects that might be in your backyard, perhaps. Maybe you already got the patio furniture out and things like that, garbage cans and some of the kids' toys, because that wind's going to be gusting at times to